Hi guys, welcome back to True Tales and Thoughts. So today we are going to read some stories of people who are in remarriage and blended family situations. If you want to check out Joro's page, I'm going to link it down below. Make sure you like this video. Come on, like the video first before we start. Come on, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first story says, he has a daughter from a previous relationship and I have a daughter too. Hello Joro. Good day. I have an 8-year-old daughter. I have never been married before. I met this guy who has a daughter too. She's 7 years old. We clicked instantly because we have children of our own. We have been dating for 4 months now. I have met his mom and some of his family members. I take my daughter to stay with him sometimes to see if we gel. I noticed he buys more gifts for his daughter than he buys for mine. Like the quality in the gifts are different. Is it something I should bring up? Or will it be weird? Also, when I tell him not to spoil his daughter, he gets angry at me and looks at me with bad eyes. You know when you have an aggressive grimace? That's what bad eyes mean. Don't I have the right to tell him the gifts to buy for his daughter? At the end of the day, she will soon become mine too. Please advise. Well, for this one, I think that there's nothing wrong with what she's saying, right? And indeed, if everything works out with their relationship, eventually this child will become her child. However, I think that what she's saying is not coming from a good place. She wishes that this man could gift her daughter the same things he gives his own daughter, right? She's never brought it up to him. Now she's beginning to build envy for this baby. So it's coming out even in the way that she talks about the man spoiling his child. Because I think that this woman will not have any problem if this spoiling of a thing was transferred to her daughter. You can clearly tell that this whole spiel about I don't want him to spoil his child is not coming from a place of concern of the child's upbringing and how the child is going to turn out in life. It's coming from a place of envy and jealousy because the man is not doing for her daughter what he does for his, right? Another thing is that I'm just wondering, if you feel like your daughter is supposed to be getting expensive gifts, buy the gifts for her. If you see your boyfriend's daughter's collection of gifts and you feel like, oh, my daughter should have this, why don't you buy it for her? Up until this point, you've been single parents, right? He's been taking care of his daughter and you're taking care of your daughter. So you go ahead and buy the stuff for your daughter if you think that that's what she should have. And leave that man alone because you know very well that you're not content about the upbringing of his child. You're just jealous. Okay? The third thing I would like to address is the fact that the man is actually being very generous. They have been together for just 4 months and he even has it in his heart to buy gifts for her daughter as well. Has she ever bought something for the man's daughter? That's what I'm just wondering about. Has she ever gone and bought something for her daughter and bought a duplicate for the man's daughter? Has she done it before? Now she's complaining. Has she ever done that before? I don't hear her say anything about that in the post. I don't hear her say, oh, every time I buy gifts for my daughter, I buy a duplicate for the man's daughter. And then when he buys gifts for his daughter, he buys lower quality for my daughter. I did not hear her say that. Has she ever bought anything for that man's child? But she's complaining. What she's saying is okay, but I don't think it's coming from a good place. And I'm sure that man can sense it. For sure he can sense it. That's why he's not receptive to it. So the first comment said, Poster, you are not wrong. You have the right to tell him what to buy. You should come first, then his daughter. You deserve better, please. Your daughter and his daughter are equals. That's true. She should come first before his daughter, but when she is his wife, they are not married yet, so you don't come first yet, in my opinion, though. This one said, dear sis, you have no right to tell him whether or not he should spoil his child. You cannot separate the love bond between a father and a daughter. That being said, if you are jealous of the quality of gifts he buys for his daughter over yours, why don't you buy the gifts for your daughter too? Remember, it's a gradual process. You can't force him to do the things he does for your daughter just because you're in a relationship with him. You have to give him time to really accept your daughter as truly his. It might take long and it might take just a short time. Be patient. By the way, if you continue with this attitude, there won't be any difference between you and a witch. Exactly. This person is really reading between the lines. The next one said, my question here is, do you treat his daughter equally as you treat yours? People are asking the right questions. Your problem obviously isn't how he treats his daughter, but is that he treats his daughter better than he treats yours. This one said, no ma, you have no rights. Go and buy good quality gifts for your child. You need to calm down. Don't feel entitled. No be him born your pikin. The relationship is still fresh. Calm down. And it's already buying stuff. I feel like the relationship is still young. It's a very young relationship. And this man is already taking it upon himself to even buy gifts for her own daughter. That's a step in the right direction, you know. But she's here, she is complaining. This one said, mind your daughter and let him mind his if you value this relationship. Jealousy is removing you small. Be careful. I know. To be honest, 4 months is too early to be carrying your child to go and stay at some random man's house. Talk less of feeling entitled to the man all of a sudden, caring for your child as if it was his own. It's unhealthy to let new partners into children's lives so early in the relationship. Yes, that's right. Because how well does she know him after 4 months? You guys, if you guys are single parents in the comment section, please let us know. When you get into a relationship, how long does it take you until you introduce this person to your child? Because I feel like 4 months is really short. If I was a single parent, I would be thinking of, you know, some of these things are not even easy to put in terms of time. It's really how well you know the person. But I would want to introduce my child to the person when I'm a bit more certain that we are going towards marriage. When I'm a bit more certain that, okay, this is going towards marriage, then I'll introduce the person to my child. But 4 months, well, maybe they spend every day together. We never know. But the relationship is pretty young. This one said, I think you are feeling a bit too entitled. The relationship is literally just 4 months. You shouldn't be telling him how to treat his daughter. It's too early. Take your time and study the bond he has with his daughter. Also, try to study the daughter and be her friend. It's too early for gifts comparison, please. Yeah, she's too jealous of that baby. This one said, you said his daughter. She's the love of his life. Please hold your peace and don't be the Disney princess stepmom. Respect yourself and stop putting your eyes on what he buys for his own daughter, his own flesh and blood. This one said, please try and buy your daughter expensive gifts too and remove your eyes from what the man is doing for his daughter. If you have money, please give your girl the best too. Thank you. This one said, don't start where you cannot finish. The battle you want to start will swallow you. You are running faster than your shadow. He's on 40 and you're on 70. When you are not married to him yet, meeting the whole family does not mean anything. This one said, do you buy quality gifts for his daughter? Why not try it and watch him learn? I feel all relationships should be given time to mature. It's not everything you feel bad about. The next one said, your feelings are valid, but let it go. In a couple of years, it won't matter. If you feel this way about the gifts, trust me, your daughter would feel worse. Just brush it off and let it go. As far as he doesn't treat your daughter differently where it matters, it's okay. The gifts are inconsequential. This one said, I may not be an expert when it comes to the concept of time in relationships, but 4 months into a relationship and you're already demanding this sort of equality between his darling daughter and yours. I was eager to read to the point where you mentioned that you also buy his daughter gifts and treat her as well as you treat yours. But I was disappointed when you didn't mention that at all. Exactly what I was saying. My dear sister, kindly fix your mentality because you seem to be the red flag here. Ignore all those hailing you in the comment section. They are not telling you the truth. Shalom. This one said, just curious, what do you do for his own daughter? Let's take the last comment that says, what gave you the right when you're not married to him? And your reasons are from pure jealousy, not sincere concern. Exactly. I'm certain that if you spoiled your daughter too, you'll be fine with it. Don't inconvenience that child. Spoil your own child, ma'am. Well, guys, tell me what you guys think about this one in the comment section. Do you think she's coming from a good place? Do you think she's genuinely concerned about the child's upbringing, or you think she's coming from a place of envy and jealousy? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you're a single parent, please let us know, how long do you think it must take before your child meets your new partner? Let us know down below, and let's move to the next story. At what stage can my new husband discipline my child? Good morning, Joro. I'm divorced and remarried. My new husband wants to discipline my child, but I told him no. He keeps saying for our relationship to work, he must do so. Should I allow him, or should I solely be the one to discipline her? Please advise. Well, in my opinion, when I think of disciplining a child, is verbal and also consequences. I don't believe in hitting children. I think that children have brains. They're not animals. They can understand. You can deprive them of something. You can talk to them verbally. You can put them in a corner. You can do a lot of things that will hurt kids, but without necessarily actually hitting them, right? I don't believe in that. I don't. Trust me, I do not believe in it. I just I don't see the need for it. I think that there are other ways that are very much effective, maybe even more effective than actually hitting them. Let me tell you guys a short story. I remember some years ago, I went to spend a number of days with a member of my family. This man, when it comes to his kids, he's very, 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 very harsh. Like, he was borderline abusive type of person with his kids, but with other people he's just normal. He's just a normal man. But when it comes to his kids, he was very strict. Sometimes I used to wonder if that came from a place of love or it came from a place of frustration, because it was a bit extreme to me. And there was one day that this man was going to come home, and the kids had not yet taken their shower, because whenever he came home from work, the kids were supposed to have taken their shower and maybe getting ready to have dinner or do their homework. So I remember this day when he was going to come back in a few minutes, and kids had not yet showered. He had a maid that was staying with them. It was like their nanny. She used to take care of them. These kids were like, I would say maybe 10. The first boy was 10, and the second one was maybe about 7, something thereabout. So this nanny of theirs told them, oh, dad is going to come back very soon. You guys hurry up and go and bathe. If not, dad is going to beat you guys. I remember those kids had like such an indifferent look on their faces. They were like,
okay, like dad is going to beat us, alright.
They were playing, so they just kept on playing. And I remember the elder one said, he beats us all the time anyway, so I don't even care. So from that day I was like, yo, these kids have been brutalized so much that they are used to it. They don't mind their dad just coming back and hitting them. And you can even tell that whenever he hit that first child, it didn't mean anything to him anymore. It was just that, okay, it's just part of my day. They'll hit me and then I'll go about my day. So that really made me feel like that's not the way to go. And you can tell that it's not, they will do the right thing, not because they're even scared anymore. They're not scared of the corporal punishment anymore. They just don't care. Do you understand? The way the child spoke, there was some kind of disrespect in his tone. Like, who does he think he is? Let him hit us. He has no effect on us. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that kind of scared me a bit. I was like, wow, so this is what corporal punishment can do to kids. So from that day, I was really like, no, I should not. This is not something I want to do. But you guys, let me know. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comment section. And okay, so coming back to the story, when most Africans talk of discipline, they mean hitting a child. They mean getting physical with a child. Let me just go on another tangent. So there was this South African woman whose story I was listening to. She had a daughter and she was not married. The person who got her pregnant refused to take responsibility of the pregnancy. So since her parents had passed away, they ended up having a family dynamic where she was the mom and her younger brother was her child's father figure. So they had a curfew in their house of 5 o'clock. This woman's child went out one day and came back at 6, so it was almost getting dark. The father figure, who is her uncle, started questioning her, asking her, oh, how come you're coming back at this time? Where were you? And she lied, and he knew she lied. So he gave her a slap. And this girl fell down, like liquids were coming out from her eyes, from her mouth, from her ears. She fell and never woke up, and that was it. This woman in question was not even in town. She was a few kilometers away. She had gone on a break, like a holiday. She was not even around. But because this guy gave her one slap, even the interviewer on that podcast was like, what? A slap? She was like, yes, a slap. And the interviewer, you could tell that the interviewer did not want to push it because this woman believes her brother. So the interviewer asked her, by the way, it's Owami Entertainment. I'm going to link her down below. She's very interesting, very entertaining girl. You guys can go and watch her. So Owami asked her, like, are you sure that this was just one slap? This man said, yes, it was a slap, that there were people there, her neighbors were there, her family members were there, their other cousins were there. Many people were there when he was questioning her, and he gave her one slap, a singular slap. That girl at 14 years old, she fell and never woke up. That was it. She was gone. Her brother got locked up at some point. Then she had to go and start fighting for them to release her brother. But she believed her brother because she knew that it came from a place of love. Do you understand? So that was another really sad story that made me to even believe that, I am not into this. I am not into this. I believe that there are other methods you can use on kids. I am very good at disciplining kids, and they will not even understand what's happening. I feel like we adults, we should learn how to manipulate kids, make them to do some certain kind of things and get some certain kind of outcomes without putting your hands on them. That is very possible, and it's something that over the years I've learned how to do, but I'm still learning, and I'm trying to get a mastery of that because I don't believe in putting my hands on kids. To be very honest, it's too much. Just tiny little creatures, oh my gosh, no, they're too precious for that. I'll use other methods to manipulate their little brains, but I'm not putting my hands on them. You guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. So let's go to the comment section and hear what people are saying. This one said, I can see so many ladies making wrong comments with regard to the topic. When a man and a woman get married, they become one flesh. Therefore, he has the right to discipline his daughter as long as he's doing it from a standpoint of fatherly love and guidance. Discipline doesn't necessarily mean being harsh or brutal. They need to seek knowledge from a couple or marriage counselor. This one said, it seems you married a husband and not a father for your daughter. When you were marrying him, what was his role supposed to be in the life of your daughter? If he was her biological father, wouldn't you allow him to discipline her? When you both have children together, will you allow him discipline them? Well, you didn't tell us her age and the type of discipline. Exactly. Because if it's physical discipline, it's a no-no. But if it's the kind of discipline where he wants to take her phone, he wants to deprive her of something, I don't mind, because if you're a single mom getting married, you should be trusting the man that you're getting married to. And if I trust you enough to be my husband, then I'll surely trust you enough to parent my children. I don't see why a man should be kept from straightening up kids. And when you're married as a single mom, doesn't your husband become a father figure for your kids, even if their father is still alive? So I think that when it comes to blended families, the father is the father of all the kids, and the mother is the mother of all the kids, and they have to play their respective roles in those kids' lives. He continued to say, there is absolutely nothing wrong in the stepfather disciplining the child. So ask yourself these questions. The next one said, there are discussions you should have had before marriage. Anyway, he is now her father, so therefore, if the need to discipline her comes up, he should be able to do it freely. Exactly, they should have spoken about this, because he's clearly now saying, oh, our relationship cannot work if I don't do this. That is what you should have thought of before you got married. If you don't let him father her, you might end up breaking this new home. When other children come along, the difference will be too evident. Let him parent her, since you have gone into marriage with your child. Exactly. It's automatic. This one said the issue should have been concluded before you guys got married. You see why I don't like assumptions. I'm sure that this man just assumed that, well, since we're getting married, I'll be the child's father, so I have to discipline the child. But he did not know. That should be against it. You trusted the man enough to marry him, therefore he should have all the liberty to discipline your child. Okay, that's right. This one said, my husband has every right to discipline my daughter, and he doesn't do it from a place of hate. When a child is wrong, you discipline that child. If he were the father, wouldn't he discipline her? And he is the father. He is the father. by default, because he's your husband, automatically he is the father of that child. This one said, that's why I teach my sons never to date single mothers, because of this issue right here. Your kid will never respect him. This one said, if he's going to parent her, then he needs to discipline her, but he also shouldn't be eager to beat her and things like that. You'll know better than us. If you're uncomfortable with it, then you're probably right. But the thing is, you are a single mom going into marriage, right? And you're getting married, you've chosen this man. I would want to think that you're choosing this man based on the fact that you trust him to take care of you and your kids, because you're going into this marriage with kids. So it's a bit disturbing that she has a problem with this man disciplining her child. Does she think that he's going to discipline her child from a place of hate? Does she not trust him enough? That's the vibe I'm getting, that she does not really trust this man. Or does she feel bad for her child that she's letting another man who is not her dad discipline her? But the child, I'm sure she has already had the discussion with her child that this is new daddy or whatever, and this is daddy number 2, and daddy number 2 have to discipline you when you're not being a good girl. This one said, why should he discipline her? Why is he bent on disciplining her? You know, some men can pick on kids when they are making actual advances and the kid is sharp enough to refuse. They will now try to be forming discipline on any tiny little thing the child does. Let him not discipline her. In fact, he should be the one to tell you not to beat her when you're beating her. That's if he actually loves you and her. Wow. But if you think somebody is an actual predator, why did you marry him? This is very far-fetched, because if I feel safe enough to marry you as a single mom, it means I trust you to the extent that I'm willing to let you parent my child. But however, in this kind of situations, I think she has no option. She has chosen to marry this man. If she was scared of men or scared of remarriage, she shouldn't have gotten married. But now she has chosen to marry this man. So the best she can do is to allow this man to be a father to this child. She's not mentioned the kind of discipline, right? But they should talk about it. You want to discipline her. What is your idea of discipline? You know, how are you going to go about it? Where are the boundaries and all those kind of things? You should have that discussion. And then she should really watch with eagle eyes to see how this man goes about the disciplining thing, because it seems like she does not really trust him, right? So for her peace of mind, she should really watch over it and really keep in contact with her daughter to ask her, how about this, did daddy do this and daddy do that? Just, very casually, just to gauge how this man is going about this discipline thing. Because people are making me doubt myself. People are putting doubt in my mind. This one said, depends on what the scenario is. If he also has a kid that is younger and might look up to your daughter, then he's right to say he wants to discipline her. My uncle has had this kind of experience before. This one said, except there is more to the discipline that you didn't state. If it has to do with correcting a child who did something wrong by scolding or flogging, allow him, please. This one said, you shouldn't have remarried if you didn't want your daughter to see that man as a father figure. There is no big deal if your daughter does something wrong and he disciplines her. This one said, first, is your child the spoiled ones? Second, does he love her? Do you want that marriage to work? What is his tone like? Have you helped in building the bond between them? Do you want a one-sided relationship with your child? Does your child see him as a dad or just another stranger? Figure these answers out and make a decision. For her to come here and ask the question means the new husband is too harsh on that little girl. Most stepdads and stepmoms don't really discipline from a place of love. This one said, be careful. From discipline, now so actual abuse starts and your daughter will be too scared to tell you anything. Protect your daughter. Hey. Oh my God. It's like people are really conflicted in this comment section. Some people are saying, no. He should not touch your daughter. He should not discipline her because he will quench her spirit and she will not be able to say anything anymore. And others are saying, if you chose him to be the father of your child, allow him to discipline this child. Gosh, oh my gosh. Because at the end of the day, disciplining a child is part of parenting. A child's life cannot just be rosy. Sometimes they'll do things that are good and are worth rewarding, and other times they're going to mess up. So you need to reward them and discipline them. It's just part of parenting. So you guys, at the end of, after reading all these comments, I've been influenced. Now I'm scared. Now I'm scared. But I still stand on the fact that if you trusted this man enough to bring him to be your husband and these children's father, then at least there should be some level of trust to allow this man to discipline your child. But at the end of the day, keep your eyes wide open, because this world is a terrible place. Just keep your eyes wide open and monitor this discipline thing. And of course, you have to talk about it before you allow anything to happen. You guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. If you were this woman, what would you do? If you were this man, what would you do? Let me know in the comment section below, and let's go to the next story. This one said, my wife is about to remarry and I don't know what to do. Please advise. Hello Joro, good morning. I'm about to lose my wife forever and I don't know what to do. I had an affair and this was the reason for our separation. I agree I could have done better. I need some advice, please. My wife and I have been separated for 8 months. She moved out and I've been providing for her still. She called me recently saying that she wants to finalize our divorce so that she can remarry. I never even knew she was already dating again. It feels like she cheated on me. I know we are separated, but before God, it feels like she cheated on me. That's neither here nor there. She even returned the car and some other things, and also said I don't have to pay our children's school fees anymore, that she has a new husband now and is willing to pay. How will another man shape the course of my children's life? No, I will never agree to that. I felt less of a man when she returned those things. I felt like I'm no longer a provider. It's normal. At that point, I decided to go and get her back. I've been trying my best to get her back and she's not responding to me. I really love her and she's breaking our vow forever. I invited her for dinner and she showed up with her new boyfriend. I never felt so insulted. Is this my punishment? If she loved me, she wouldn't be doing this. I have not been able to eat or function. Please advise. She can't go. She can't leave me. Please advise me. You can't eat your cake and have it. You can eat your cake and have it. You can eat your cake and have it. What were you thinking? Bro, why don't you go out there and continue with your affair and leave this poor woman alone? I'm sure she has been through a lot, because for my gender to say, look, I am leaving and I don't want anything to do with you, it means she's gone through a lot. When an African woman leaves a marriage, all I can do is to say, thank you, God. Thank you, sis. You're doing the best for yourself, because it's not easy. African women really try for their marriages to work, at least most of them. So when I see a woman moving on like this, I cannot help it. I just have to be happy. I just have to be happy for her. I cannot even help it. I can never be mad, because I'm sure she endured a lot of things. Can you imagine this man? So selfish. Such a selfish man. Instead of him to be happy that his wife is moving on and getting married, he's trying to pull her back. For what? Oh my gosh, this is so satisfying. I really like it when women leave relationships where they are not being appreciated. Look at it now. She has found a man who will truly love her and take care of her kids. Oh my gosh, I am happy for you, sis. I am super happy for you. Sisterhood is proud of you. And as for this man, he should just try to pick up the pieces of his life and move on with his life, because I don't think that woman is trying to look back. I'm sure she's found herself in a good situation and she's not going to come back to her vomit. Hopefully. I hope he finds someone who is suited for him and he does better in his next relationship. And yes, if it seems like punishment, undergo your punishment, accept the punishment and try and do better next time. But don't go running after her and disgracing yourself. Just stop it. Let's go to the comments. This one said, in just 8 months, she is ready to remarry, eh? We all know our mothers never did like this. She will still cheat on her new husband. Just see. She never loved you, sir. If you want to do her now, don't sign the divorce. Isn't it not funny how when women leave toxic relationships, right, and move on to happier situations, especially when they do that quickly, You know, people always want to make it seem like,
I'm sure she was cheating already. Oh, it's not possible. I'm sure this woman was already unfaithful. Oh, she's a bad person. How can she be moving on? She never ever loved her husband.
why are people acting like they didn't hear the part where this man said he was in an affair, he had an affair, and she could not take the cheating? Why is not like, and it's a woman writing this one. Why did she not hear the part when this man said he was in an affair? And do you remember in the man's write-up, he said she wants to break their vow forever. Bro, do you know that from the time you committed adultery, you had already broken your vow? You had defiled your marriage bed, okay? So don't come here accusing her for being with somebody after she separated from you. There's nothing wrong with moving on, but there's everything wrong with cheating. And who did the cheating? It was you. So just calm down. This one said 8 months and she wants to get married already. I guess she mistakenly married you before. You cheated on her and gave her the opportunity to quickly make things right on her side. Oh my God. This one said, I love this post. I wish all women who are taken for granted can find replacements this quickly. I know. It is so satisfying. It's the way they think sweets me, eh? Plus, one thing about most women is once they are done, they are done. Just move on with the girl you cheated on her, Mr. Poster. I know. What is wrong with the girl he was having an affair with? Why can't he move on with her? But you know one thing about these cheating men? They want to have their wives at home in misery and agony for their own convenience. So that the time when maybe they're not having any girlfriends out there or whatever, they can just come home and be with their wives in that time until they get a new girlfriend. You know, the wife is like the default setting. It's like the forever plan, right? It's like a safety net. And then when they don't have that safety net anymore, the girl out there is not enough because they need that stability at home. They need to come home to a clean house, nice warm cooked meals, you know, a warm bed, and eggs at their convenience, you know. Then they can just add the little side chick over there for a little spice. But the wife is the main thing. So when the wife is gone, it really affects this man because it's like a big part of their lives has just been ripped. I'm sure he comes home now and he's like,
Oh my gosh, my house is so cold.
you brought it on yourself, sir. Hello. The girl he had an affair with is not enough. He needs his wife to be there as a safety net, you know. That's what it is. This one said, for you to have the guts to think that she cheated on you after you separated means you don't need any advice. She really does know her value and I'm so proud of her. What were you doing in those good 8 months that you couldn't woo her back? It is when you heard she's remarrying that now you want her back. You are not serious, man. Exactly. In those 8 months, she moved out and he was still providing for her. So it means they still had kind of a bond, kind of a relationship until she got serious with this man and decided that she wants to marry him. So in those 8 months, bro, you were not sorry for what you did. You could not try to woo her back. You know why? It's because you were too used to taking her for granted and she was probably not giving you any consequences for that. And that's why you're surprised that she's moving on. I'm sure he just thought to himself, my wife has left me, but she'll probably come back crawling and begging me to reoccupy the space of my miserable wife who sits at home and waits for me all day, makes my life easier, cooks for me, cleans after me, while I go out there and have my affair. I'm sure she cannot wait to get back into that position. What's happening now is he is shocked that she did not do that and instead she chose herself. She had the self-respect and the courage to pick herself up and say, you know what, I'm not going to endure this abuse anymore. I'm not going to endure this cheating anymore. I'm going to go out there, put myself out there and find a man who truly loves and cherishes me and who will not take me for granted like this one over here. Now he's surprised. He did not expect it. He thought she was just going to endure like the regular African woman. I don't know if you guys caught the first comment where the person said, this is not how our mothers did it. We're not doing things the way our mothers did it because most of our mothers were in abusive relationships. They were in abusive marriage. They endured their marriages. Some of them would have had way better lives. They would have thrived in life. They would have lived in purpose. They would have done those things that they were created to do in this world. But they did not get to do that because they were suppressed and reduced and diminished in abusive marriages. I'm sure that if you search the souls departed of those mothers of ours, you see a lot of potential that was never ever tapped. Never ever tapped because they died. They just endured abuse and infidelity until they died. And one thing that men seem not to understand is that infidelity is painful. In my opinion, I don't care what any woman says. When you're being cheated on, you're not happy about it. You can train yourself to become indifferent. You can train yourself, you can lie to yourself and say, well, at the end of the day, I'm a missus. You can tell yourself any lie. But I think that deep down, any woman who has any iota of love for her husband will find it painful when he cheats, right? So this one just had the courage to leave. Huh? Bro is surprised. He really thought he was her end all and be all, no? Okay, we shall see. This one said, when you are ready for advice, complete the story. What did they expect me to say? This one said, women are now reciprocating energy. Men need to do better. The family unit is very important. Respect and value your wife. This one said, as painful as what you did may be, I'll honestly tell you that she always had the other guy in the picture. Yeah, there people go again. Your sin was her opportunity. Returning things you bought for her is fine, but telling you can no longer provide for your children is the height of it all. Now, my questions are, what are her parents saying about all this? Did they try to help, or are they always in support of her? She never really forgave you. Do DNA tests. Yeah, right. I knew that this was coming on the kids. Because what will make her new boyfriend want to take care of these kids all of a sudden? Men will easily do it at first, but trust me, when the children are not biologically his, it is never easy. My dear, if you cannot do it, say that you cannot do it. Because I personally have seen stepfathers that have acted like the biological fathers. There are men out here that do it. So if this man cannot do it, let him just say, I cannot do it. Don't say men. Say, I cannot do it, okay? Then he says, also, what has been going on for 8 months? What effort did you make? Or is it because of the new developments that you have become desperate? If indeed you have moved mountains to get her back all this while and she didn't listen, then it's fine. Nothing more. Oh, this person. Nah. Now they're talking about DNA. Do you see how it is? But if she stayed there, people will be like, you're so stupid. Why are you staying with a cheat and all of that? We read the comments here. If she stayed, that's what people would have been telling her. Now that she had the courage to leave, look at what they're telling her. Oh my God, I'm just savoring the moment because it's like these men are losing it. And the only men that will be losing it are abusive men, because good men will be happy for her. They'll be cheering her up. I'm seeing comments here, brotherhood is proud of you, brotherhood is proud of you. Good men will be cheering her up because they know that the woman should not have to endure infidelity. She has the right to leave. They're just mad that she left and she did not sit there and be a stomping back. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. Oh my God. Then this one, and then he also mentioned that it means she did not really forgive him. The thing is, you can forgive somebody and choose not to put up with them anymore. You can forgive them and treat with them from a distance, put them at arm's length. The proof of her forgiveness is not her coming back to him. It's really not. Oh my God, this person is just bitter. This one said, well, brotherly, you do not do well at all for cheating. You know, before a woman can move on this fast without even trying to give you a second chance means she's probably caught you a million times before, died inside and cried many times before, looking for a way out of this marriage till the opportunity presented itself. My advice to you, respect your emotional well-being by moving on. Go silent and allow her the opportunity for life experiences. If she misses anything about you, she'll come back. And if you were terribly bad, she won't come back. The thing is, many of us get comfortable and stop making our partner stay in love with us once we have them by titles. And the new encounters are always spicy by putting in the work till they get comfortable and reveal their character. Humans will be humans. Do endeavor to appreciate what you have and keep being lovers even after 10 years together. Love should never get old. Okay. This one said, well, women have been known to move on while still being in relationships. It's sad but true. I'm sure she was all up in your case at some point. Then she lets you do as you please. You all often call it breaking her peace, but a broken woman will let go while she still has your title. Sorry, man. I was listening to someone's story the other day, and she said at some point she checked out emotionally from her marriage. She was not cheating, but she realized that she didn't care what happened to her husband anymore. So she was just numb. Yeah, she got to a place where she was numb. Eventually, the woman left the marriage, but that really struck me because most of the time, a woman moving on does not happen like the way a man's moving on happens. It first happens emotionally. You're married to the man, he's cheating on you, you're so pained, you're crying every day, you're begging him to stop, you're telling him how hurt you are. He ignores your feelings and he keeps doing what he's doing. You are trying everything you can. You're even trying to stalk his girlfriends to see how they dress, to change your style, to be like them. You're trying to morph yourself into every girlfriend he has at the moment. You're trying to do the most. But you see that this man could care less about what you feel. And he's out there doing his thing, living his life. At some point, you find that you're going crazy. You find that maybe you have kids. You find that, look, if I keep going like this, my blood pressure is spiking every time that this man does this thing to me. I cannot allow this man to keep having this kind of effect on me. You now say, okay, let me pick myself up for the sake of my kids. I'll pick myself up. I will just close my eyes and act like nothing is happening, right? You get to that point. You start struggling in the beginning. The more you do it, the more indifferent you become. From indifference, you start being numb. It's at that point where they start being numb and indifferent that it's easy for them to just move on. I'm sure that this woman had checked out of this marriage a long time before they separated, but this man did not notice because he was busy out there with his side chicks. I'm sure that if he paid a bit of attention, he would have seen that this woman had checked out a long time before she actually left the house, right? So when you've already checked out of the marriage, you don't care about this person anymore like that. They have broken you so much that you cannot take any more from them. I'm sure that when she was separating from him physically, her emotional state was already like, I'm done with this marriage. I am done. And most of the time, the thing with women is we can take a lot. Women take a lot. But most women, when they say I am done, when they have been through hell, and then they say I am done, guys, that's it. That's it. Most women are not. When they say I am done, that's it. So I'm sure the time that she left the house, she was already done with him. And there's nothing that he could have done at that point to bring her back. She was ready to move on because she had been checked out a long time before that physical separation. That is just my opinion. I'm just painting a picture from the information that I have and from the experiences that I've had, people's experiences that I've heard and all that. So yeah, I'm sure that when she left, she had already detached. That's why she was able to move on so quickly, because she had already been numb for a very long time. It was not when she left him, but he did not notice. He did not care to notice because anyway, she's convenient. She's just there. She's my wife. I'm sure he was going out with the side chicks, paying attention to them. He did not pay attention to her to notice that this woman is slipping away. I need to fill up her love tank. I need to love her. I need to pull her back in. He did not even bother to do that. So I'm sure by the time she was giving his things back, that was like she was far gone. She was already far gone. This one said, no, she didn't cheat on you. She loved you deeply, yet you repeatedly caused her pain. Oh my God, why does this always happen, guys? She emotionally detached long before. Why does this always happen? When I make a point, as I just start reading the comments, I see the exact thing I was talking about. This person said she emotionally detached long before this physical separation, feeling nothing even when you were physically present. Sometimes a person can coexist but feel nothing towards their partner. Exactly, that's that numbness I'm talking about. The emotional disconnect existed long before the 8 months of physical separation. But the thing is, I'm sure that this man did not care to notice. He was too busy. He didn't care to notice. He already has her. She's his wife. So he does not care. He was out there doing his thing. Then the person continued to say, Considering this, she had already moved on even when she was still with you. Finding a new partner and moving on wouldn't be an issue. Exactly, because at that time, I'm sure by the time she was moving out, she was already in the headspace that I am done with this man. She had nothing for him. Do you understand? So that was the transition out to a new partner was very easy. It's not a surprise, but he's so surprised because he did not notice. Both men and women need to improve their relationships. It's crucial to pay attention. This person is just speaking my mind. Value each other and mutually respect each other. Communicate effectively and be attentive listeners. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't stop caring for your kids no matter what. It's unacceptable. Find a mutual ground and work with her in co-parenting. Blessings to you. Exactly. I feel like those kids, right? I don't think it's fair that she should deprive him of caring for his kids. He needs to be he's a man. He needs to be a provider to his family. She's a married woman now, so she's not his responsibility anymore. She has a new husband, but his children remain his responsibilities. And I think that they really need to find a good arrangement when it comes to the parenting, because at the end of the day, the children have their biological dad and their new dad, and that's a privilege, right? I don't think she should deny him the privilege of providing for his family. That is not acceptable to me. I don't agree with that. This one says she might have caught you several times before now. In between, she already mourned her lost love before the 8 months and has gotten over you. So deal with it, cheater dear. And the person put like the emoji with the love eyes. Deal with it, cheater dear. Why do people always do this? This one said, well, this kind of mistake done can never be corrected, just as you broke her trust for you. But 8 months is too short for her to marry another man, even as a married woman initially with kids. The story, man, take the loss and face the consequences. Make women try day one place, I beg. This one said, Oga, you don't love your wife. Your ego is just bruised because you see her doing well without needing you for anything. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Oh my God. This one said, she is breaking your marriage vows. Really? Now you cheat. Now you still blame her for moving on so fast. Some people start their healing journey the moment they see signs of your betrayal. Exactly. Once I see you acting out of line, I tell you and you make me feel like I'm nagging or I can't do anything. That very moment, the love I have for you starts dying. Before you realize it, I am only physically in the relationship, but my mind wouldn't be there. Exactly. Women always start withdrawing emotionally. It's emotional. Sooner or later, I will move on without asking you for a breakup nor closure. It hurts me so bad when the person I love chooses to hurt me deeply. This one said, within the 8 months of separation, why didn't you go back to apologize sincerely and also to make things right for your marriage? Rather, you waited till she got a new man to marry her and suddenly you love and want her back. Mr. Poster, Bele, you don't lose better wife. Oh my God. I'm sure you wanted her to stick around your home so that you can manipulate her thoughts for the acts you committed. She is a queen who knows her worth. Aye. Oh my God, and do you remember the part where he said he invited her for dinner and she came with her new man? What did he expect? What did he expect? Oh my gosh, in her place, I would have totally done the same thing. If you want to talk to me, you can talk to me in front of my new man, because you don't deserve privacy with me anymore. There's nothing we're talking about in private anymore. You don't deserve that privacy. So if you're inviting me for dinner, yes, I'll show up. You're the father of my kids, but I'll probably show up with my kids and my new man. That was so good. That was a good one. Oh my God. This one said, you're not well, sir. So when you cheated, you didn't break the vow, Abby. I beg shift. She has found happiness again. Sisterhood is proud of her. Oh my God, I love this story. Let's take the second to the last comment that says, how I love this woman. If she had stayed with you, you wouldn't have realized how much you love her or how deeply you effed up. You waited so long to woo her back because you thought she'll go broke and run back to you. You felt like her messiah, but you've been shocked. Maybe she has even been finding a reason to leave you, and you gave her a perfect one. To every cheating husband out there, I pray your wives do same. Oh my God. This one said, like it or not, if women had a chance to choose a life partner the second time around, most of us won't choose the ones who married the first time, let alone when you cheated. Just keep trying and praying. Your case is in God's hands. You guys, let me know what you think about this, but I'm really happy for this woman because this shows that there are still women out there who respect themselves and know their worth and are willing to move away from a toxic situation. Also, I really applaud that man who is taking care of her and is willing to be a father figure for her kids. I hope that everything goes well for them. And this husband of hers, just pick up the pieces of your life, learn your lesson, and keep it moving. You know, one thing that I also wanted to address was the people saying that she didn't love him, she probably cheated on him, or she was looking for an excuse to leave. I think they're acting like that because most African women will stay when their partner cheats. The girl I mentioned earlier, Owami, right? She's divorced. She's a South African YouTuber. She got divorced because her husband cheated on her. And when she makes videos about her divorce story and all of that, when she talks about her divorce on her channel, some people cannot understand, especially women and men actually, they cannot understand how she left her husband because he was having an affair. For them, it's not reason enough. But you guys should try and understand that people are different. Some people feel like they will lose their minds if they stay in infidelity. And in her case, actually, it was the man was unfaithful to her, and she could not. She said her mental health was suffering. She was so unhappy. She got depressed and all of that. There are some people that don't take that well, and they cannot hide it. They cannot mask it. It affects them so much. So you guys, we are all adults. The ones who have decided to stay, let them stay. That's okay. The ones who have decided to leave, don't shame them, because it's very honorable when you just leave and move on. Is it not better than cheating? Or is it not better than being depressed and die in the marriage because you want to be with a cheating partner? In these comment sections, I realized that all the people that spoke and accused her of cheating on the man or looking for an excuse to leave, they did not shame the man. They did not say, wow, it's horrible what you did to your wife. How did you cheat on your wife? They did not shame him. But they shamed her, who was honorable enough to say, you know what? I cannot do this. I will step aside and move on with my life. If the man didn't love her anymore, why didn't he say, okay, I cannot do this anymore. I'm asking for a divorce. I'll go out there and move on with my life. Why couldn't he do that? But the woman who's honorable enough to do what she did, she's been shamed. I did not see anybody say, whoa, okay, what you did was wrong. But they were quick to tell, oh, she never loved you. She never loved you. She was cheating on you, and she'll cheat on her new husband. That is really sad, you know. I really hope that we'll come to a place where we'll be able to see cheating for what it is. That's emotional abuse. And some people just don't take it well. I hope that everybody who is out there with cheating partners, whether male or female, I pray that you have the strength to get up, take yourself up off the ground and move on with your life. If that partner of yours is not willing to change, especially if you're the kind of person that the cheating affects you, you're always so sad, you're always anxious, you're always treating STDs and all those kind of things, it's not safe. I pray that you receive that strength to just wake up, get up and walk away, just like this woman did. And for those who think that cheating is okay and they want to stay, that's also fine. We're all adults. We're not going to sit here and preach to anybody. If you feel like you can deal with it, because there's someone who literally told me that she does not really care. So far as her husband provides for her and her kids, takes care of them, she's fine. And she's not intimate with her husband, so he can go out there and do what he wants. But those ones, they're filthy rich. So she's like, no, I don't care. So far as I can travel, I do what I want. I take off my kids, I travel, I do whatever. And then my husband goes out there and does what he wants. I don't care. I have my house, I have property in my name, my kids' future is secure, and this and this. I have my peace of mind. I don't care, because I'm not even intimate with a man, so I don't care. So there's some people like that. Everybody has their own arrangements, right? But if you're the kind of person that affects a lot negatively, you need to leave. I need to leave, especially if you have kids. You need to You need to survive for your kids. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you subscribe. Bye.